Hi everyone, welcome once again to Music Compound. It's Wednesday, it's Lunch and Learn, and this month is March and we're marching into rhythm. So this week we're looking at guitars and getting started on playing rhythm on guitars. Now the thing about rhythm on guitars is it's exactly the same as rhythm on all the other instruments. You're just doing it on a guitar, but the principle is exactly the same, just what you do with your hands that's different. So I'm here with Mr. Matt, and we're going to be looking at some ways of playing rhythm on guitar, getting started. So the first thing we're going to do, Mr. Matt, is we're going to play quarter notes. So this is a measure of music. We're not going to assign any note value to these. If you're practicing rhythm, a really good way to do it is just mute the strings with your left hand. Just lay them flat. No, turn towards the camera. Sorry. So we're going to be looking at quarter notes, and there's 4 beats in a measure. So if you want to practice rhythm on a guitar, a really good way to do it is just lay your fingers flat across the strings. Don't press down. And then if you strum, you're just going to make a sort of snare drum sort of sound. We don't need to worry about what the left hand's doing, because we're just concentrating on what the right hand's doing. And we're going to put the left hand in afterwards.
So just pure rhythm.
Pure rhythm, no notes. And then we're going to put the notes in afterwards. So the first thing I'd like you to do is do the quarter notes. So you've got 4 beats per measure, and that's going to be on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to be down with the hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the most important thing is you have to tap your foot at the same time. So every time the hand goes down, the foot goes down as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as your hand comes back up to get it back into position, your foot is going to come up ready for the next tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the best way to think about this is imagine you've got a bit of string tied around the end of your toe and you're holding it in your hand. As your hand comes up, it's going to pull your foot, and then as your foot goes down, it's going to pull your hand. So the hand and the foot are always synchronized.
I like that.
Yeah? So you've got the invisible bit of string. Your foot is staying the same distance away from your hand. Exactly right.
So that way the foot is always on the downbeat.
The foot is always on the downbeat, and you've got 4 beats in the measure. So the foot's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you count out loud, that's really good as well. So 1, 2,
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go. So that is your quarter notes.
Feels great on a guitar too to actually play those quarter notes. It's like that, the primal strum, just the beginnings of making music.
It's the most basic thing you can do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to double the notes, which is going to give you 1/8 notes. Now this gets a little bit tricky. We're going to play the extra notes on the and in between each beat. So we're still counting 1, 2, 3, 4. We just got to put an and in between each one. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But your foot is still going to tap just on the downbeats.
1 and
2
and 3 and 4 and 1 and
2 and 3 and 4 and. And yes, the and is going to be the upstroke. Exactly like that.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's a great exercise with the coordination.
Yeah, and if you say it out loud, you're coordinating 3 things. You're coordinating your voice and your hands and your feet. So it just integrates the whole thing. It makes you feel the rhythm more in your body. It's not an intellectual exercise, it's something you're doing with your whole body.
That's a great point for anybody that's interested in singer-songwriting.
Oh yeah, I mean, just something as simple as talking while you're doing the strum is actually quite difficult if you've never done it before. It looks easy when people do it, but if you're sitting down for the first time, you've never done this before, you shouldn't automatically assume that you're going to be able to do this. You know,
that's
so
right.
Just this stage, even just counting out loud while you tap your foot, while you strum, it is going to be great because it's getting you used to the idea that you can do something with your voice and something with your foot and something different with your hands, and they're all going to be independent of each other.
Love that.
So yeah, great point. Now, we're going to go to 16th
The
notes.
double bars.
Yeah. Well, it's the same length of measure.
Well, I
You've
just
still
mean
got
on
one.
the
Yeah.
on
Oh
the
yes,
top.
yeah. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, exactly the same as you had before. Your foot is still doing those, but now we have 4 on each beat. So your hand is going to go 1 E and A.
1 E and A.
And your foot is going to tap every 4 beats now. Now the thing to remember here is that the ands are switching now. Your ands are now downstrokes. So for your 8th notes, and is an upstroke. Here we've sort of crossed into 1 E and is a downstroke now. So that can be a bit confusing.
Because of the further subdivision.
Yes,
that happened.
absolutely, yes. So it's it can be a bit confusing because suddenly your ands are heading downwards instead of upwards. Do you want to give it a go?
Sure.
So you're going to count 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E.
Now you got me going really quick.
And a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Yeah.
I'm gonna start a little
slow
slower.
that down. You can slow that down a bit, yeah.
1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a.
Excellent. So now
It's a fun exercise. 1 E.
Now the best thing to do is try moving between them. So start with quarter notes for a measure, then go to 8th notes, then 16th, back to 8, back to quarter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1, 2, 3, 4, stop.
Nice
that's tricky,
exercise.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely tricky. That's a great one to
Yeah.
for a goal to get to.
Absolutely,
as well.
and you can do those in any combination. That one going up and down doesn't give you the quarter note to 16th note combo, so you might want to keep that one in as well. You might want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 8 next. 1 and 2 and 3 and 16. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a quarter. 2, 3, 4, stop. So we're going to do it again now. We're going to do it a little bit slower so that people at home watching the video can loop this bit of the video and they can play along and do the exercise along with us, because we were maybe just a little bit fast at that bit. So
We've been doing it for a while.
yeah. So let's slow it right down. So we got to go quarter notes, 8 notes, 16ths, back to 8s, back to quarters, and stop.
Okay, I'll need you to cue
Yeah.
me.
Okay, so we're starting with quarters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 1,
1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2, 3, 4, stop. So there you go, that's a great exercise just for getting you moving between different types of rhythm.
I love that.
Getting the pick direction in the right direction. And as I say, the tricky thing is, when you move from the 8th to the 16th, then your ands are going to be downstrokes, not upstrokes, and that takes a little bit of getting used to.
I love that exercise. You really, it's like you said, you're utilizing 3 different methods, and I also feel when we count with it, you feel that resonation on the actual body of the guitar as you're counting. So you're really connecting with your instrument as well. So it's great foundational stuff. I love that.
Cool. Excellent. Well, there you go. That's an introduction to basic rhythms on the acoustic guitar. Exactly the same as they would be on the drum kit or on the piano, just a different instrument. And great thing to practice, good foundation for all musicians, really. Well, that was another Lunch and Learn. That was Marching to Rhythm. We'll be back next month for more tips. Until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, And make sure to let all your friends know, and let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to see, anything you want us to cover, or any lessons you want us to give. And we'll see you next month.